when you're on the field, the feeling is just it's like, yeah. I see Maradona as a coach. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my gosh, what am I doing? I see Messi over there running around. I see Tevez with a big ass head, and I'm like, man, the speed and the physicality. It was like they were ruthless. It was. I don't know if it was just because I was a new guy, but like, man, after a practice, my body was killing it. It was like they hit me hard. Like I couldn't understand most of their English.
All right, guys, welcome back to FK Talks. Today we have a very special guest, Steven Ademolu, former pro, author, and now coach Steven Ademolu. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Well, about me, let me hold on. Let me shut this off so I don't have to. Um, yeah, I'm born and raised in Windsor, Ontario. I was a four-sport athlete in high school. I played soccer, basketball, track, and football. Got a full ride scholarship to go to the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, a Division II school in America. Then the following year, I got another scholarship to go to Cleveland State University on another full ride scholarship. I stayed there for 2 years. Um, yeah, my journey just went, and yeah, so now I'm here, and yeah, I mean, I can go on and on, but man, it's
Yeah.
long.
Now we'll get into it. But how was really soccer like growing up in Windsor? Because Windsor's not a very big city, so I'm guessing that there weren't that many kids playing soccer. So for you, how was it playing soccer in Windsor?
I mean, it was good. Like we have a lot of people here. I mean, we're just a small city. People don't realize that like we're no different from I don't know what I say in Toronto. I don't know. I can't really compare it, but
Like a,
it's
a
like
little county kind of.
yeah, like a little city.
Yeah.
A little city. It's like at that time, I mean, it was probably 100,000, 100 and something thousand, but
Hmm.
we're like a border city, so it's like instead of us usually playing in Windsor, we could do both. Like we would, like me growing up, we played a lot of tournaments in Michigan,
Hmm.
Ohio. So it was like it was very competitive because the Americans were super competitive. They still are, but that's how we grew up. Like it was tough. It was tough playing against some American players, and we played more American teams than Canadians.
Hmm.
So I think that's what was different.
And for you at home, what was the environment like? Were you very much like self-driven, or was it more like your parents pushing you to play the sport, or was it just yourself?
Well, I got a lot of brothers, so I just kind of followed my brothers.
Yeah.
Whatever sports my brothers played, I played. I just kind of followed them. Parents didn't really push too much. Near the end, when I like was trying to get a scholarship, it was like my dad was sending out highlights of me to schools. But
Hmm. Hmm.
other than that, it was just like just play sport. That's what we did as kids. We just played sports outside. We played sports outside more than anything. So I think I
Yeah.
would say when it came to practicing a sport, whether it was soccer or basketball, we played more every day. Like every day we'd play soccer at recess, soccer after school. Then if it was basketball season, we do basketball season outside. So it was like I think we did more away than like practicing like with a team.
Yeah. So was the structure very much like yourself? By example, like for soccer, were you on a team or was it just you training on yourself?
What point?
Like from a very young age, I'm saying
Oh,
like
yeah.
14, 14. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 14 I had a team. What was I probably
14.
grade 8 or 9? Yeah, I was with the team. I didn't really do a lot of off training. I think it was like us kids growing up in a bunch of us saying, "Hey, listen, let's go to the soccer field or let's go play basketball." So I think that was where we got most of our training. Because it was every day after school, we come home, we go to the basketball courts, we just play for hours, hours, come back. So it was like I didn't really like sit there with the soccer ball or anything and just like I couldn't do that.
Hmm. And with that youth soccer team, did you guys like enter any like big tournaments like Ontario Cup? And what type of successes did you have?
Boy, matter of fact, yeah, we won Ontario Cup 2001
Wow.
and 2002. So around that time, it was when like the Ontario Cup was, I think it's different now. Like some OPDL teams can't go into the Ontario Cup,
Yeah,
only
yeah.
I model. So it was different because it was all of Ontario. So it was like
Hmm.
all of our area. So for me, it was perfect. Like
Yeah.
when we beat the team we beat, we're talking about this was a time that like Atiba Hutchinson was playing, Ian Hume was playing. So we were playing against some good people, but normally, other than Ontario Cup, we just playing tournaments in Michigan and Ohio. That was about it.
Mhm. So now you pretty much describe how you and your team kind of dominated locally. And
Yeah.
how was the transition over to NCAA? Like,
That
how
was
did it go?
easy. That was
Easy?
really easy because we were also playing in the OYSL, Ontario Youth Soccer League at that time.
Hmm.
But we were also playing in the men's league in Windsor locally. So we were like boys playing against grown men, 30-year-olds, 28, like they were older men. And I think that prepared me for university. Uh, I think everybody that was on my team that went to America on a scholarship, it was easy for them because we were playing against like grown men. So the transition from high school to Division two, yeah, super easy, super easy.
And did you think like it was exactly like the same level? Absolutely like no differences.
What do you mean?
Like between back in Windsor when you were playing like what was the level again? OYSL?
OISL?
OYSL and
Yeah.
NCAA. It was pretty much like the same level.
I think no, because it was I think the thing that prepared us was the OYSL because yeah, we're playing against kids our age, playing against kids that were like future national team players.
Hmm.
Um, but we were also playing in the men's league in Windsor, when you had both of them, it just kind
Hmm.
of made everything, the transition into university a bit easier. Yeah, when like my work ethic, but I was used to playing against men because when I went to the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, it was I was playing against grown men. I was playing against a 29-year-old, but that was what I was doing back home, so it wasn't like it wasn't too intimidating like it would have been if I wasn't introduced to that.
Now you did all the college stuff, all the kind of academy stuff. How did the move over to Europe come around?
Uh, I was in Cleveland State University and I had just played with the U-23 Canadian Olympic team and we were in Guatemala, something like that. And it was like I'm seeing people I played with. Like I said, Atiba, we played against him.
Hmm.
Like we played against Ian. We played against some of the other kids. Like we played against them. So while I'm
Hmm.
playing with them for Canada, I'm like, man, they don't go to school. I think the
Yeah.
only one at that time was like a guy named Josh. He was, no, I don't even think, I think he was in Portland. So
Hmm.
he was the only one that actually was in university. It was only me and he was on his way to like Millwall or somewhere. So, um, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
uh, yeah, no, it's okay. But how did the transition like feel? Did you feel like a level like difference? Level difference?
Yeah, so it was like I was in university and I played for the U-23 team and I was like, yeah, I can do this. I'm playing with all these guys I used to. Maybe I'll try to go pro. And then I found an agent and a soccer agent from one of my family friends and they're like, hey, give me a month. I said, all right. I hadn't been training around that time because it was our off season in university.
Hmm.
So it's just a process when I like had to get on the plane and get off the plane and basically from a 12-10 hour plane ride just play a game. That was hard. I didn't think I would have to do that. But after that, just being in it, I think the biggest transition was man, it was just the speed and the physicality. It was like they were ruthless. It was I don't know
Yeah.
if it was just because I was a new guy, but like man, after a practice, my body was killing me. It was like they hit me hard, like I couldn't understand most of their English or
Yeah, yeah.
the hardest thing was the language, but
Hmm.
Sweden was okay, but it was like the food, it was the transition for me, it was tough.
Culture. A
Yeah, the
culture thing.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough one. The food, like um just the every day I was playing soccer. I don't think I'd ever done that before where it was like practicing every university. Sometimes I'd have an exam, so I'd be like, I can't go to practice. But here, at the pro level, the biggest thing for me was I got to practice every day.
Hmm.
That
But
was
what
big.
did you have like a moment where like you felt because a lot of pros talk about this, like they played professional games, but you get to a certain level when you're like, oh no, I seriously made it here. Like I'm playing against serious competition. Like I made it. What was your
Ooh,
moment?
that was ooh, that was when I played against oh, there was a lot. There was a lot of
Yeah.
situations. My first goal in Sweden, that was big. That was in Malmo in front of 20,000 people, so it was like that was insane. Like
Hmm.
that's where I wear my baby blue because Malmo was baby blue and I was like I want to go for that team and that was a big one.
Hmm.
Playing in Sweden and against AIK, that was huge. The stadium was I think the atmosphere was
The
that
biggest
was big.
moment.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like I was like these stadiums are huge. I'm used to like universities like
Hmm.
campuses.
Yeah.
It was just the amount of people that were going to the stadium. It was like damn, everybody wanted a signature. It was like okay, damn. Everybody's wearing my biggest thing too was like people wearing my jersey. That was big for me. So I never thought I'd see hundreds of people wearing an Ademolu jersey. That was big.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. And was it with in a Norwegian team with which you played in what's now the Europa League? How did that
Yeah.
feel
That
playing
felt
against?
really good. Again, I wasn't really, to be honest, I didn't really know all the levels, like I didn't really follow like even
Yeah.
as a pro, I wasn't really in it like that. I was just, I'm here, I'm having fun, I'm being a pro, but that was big because I got to play against Roma, Strasbourg, Galatasaray, Red Star Belgrade, FC Basel. So, I mean, that kind of opened the door up for me and yeah, it was a great experience. Like I said, man, I'm from Windsor, man.
Mhm.
I feel like I was just grateful for every time I was on that field. And no one really knew where I was from, and I kept on telling myself, "Hey, come on, like Steven, you gotta put Windsor on the map, man. People don't know where we're from. They think we're from Detroit. We're not from Detroit." So
Mhm.
that was my goal. So it was a good experience.
Yeah. And playing against Roma, you played against a guy like a De Rossi, no? He was there as well.
Yeah, he
How
was
was
there.
that?
It was good, man. Like it was really muddy. It was a muddy game. It was in Norway. Um, really mud for me. Mancini will always play in my head because the field was so muddy, and the way this Brazilian was doing these skills, it didn't make sense. Like it was muddy, and you could just tell it didn't matter to him. But he was
Yeah.
doing step overs, and I was like, I always remember that. That was insane for me.
Hmm. And then you move over to Lithuania where you won, I think it's two league titles and two
Yeah.
league cups,
Yes,
right?
sir.
How did you feel with that as well? That's an incredible success at the pro level, obviously. Like, how was all of that?
I always said, man, I want to win a championship as a pro. I don't care what league I play in to be crowned a champion. That's big for me. So that was huge. That was like, and that started to like, now people started to recognize who I was. Canada started to see who I was. So that was like a big thing for me just to be a champion and, all the hard work you do for a season and you get a trophy, you get the medals, you get the awards. For me, that's why I played. I just want to, even in university, I always said, man, I want a ring, I just want to win a championship. That's because growing up in high school, all I did was win championships. That's all I knew.
Hmm.
And it was different being a pro and people just content with being in the league, not winning the league. So Lithuania was a big one.
And how did you feel as a pro, like overall, as an like the environment? By example, like on certain teams, they're kind of used to having like lo not losing records, but they're just fighting to stay in the league. How
Yeah.
did that, like, how was that mindset switch for you being a guy that was always winning, and then now you come into the men's game where it's like avoiding relegation?
It was weird, man. It was just weird.
Yeah.
I just felt like I didn't understand it. I'm like, I didn't get like that wasn't in my DNA, but it was like, coaches would say in meetings like, listen, hey, we're just trying to make sure we stay in the league. This was like it was very different for me because I didn't think those teams that were taught the top were that good, but
Hmm.
when you start to sit back and see what they were doing and see how their training was, see how their budget was, yeah, we were at a lower level, but yeah, that was very different for me.
Yeah. And then amidst all of this, I kind of want to take you back, but you get the national team call up. So I think your first game was against Luxembourg,
Yeah.
right? How was that like getting the call up? How did it come about? How do you even know you're in the squad? And how does it feel to actually represent the team?
So I was in Lithuania. doing really well and just dominating everybody. Just wanted it more than them. I never wanted to play for Canada. I just wanted to just dominate everywhere. So when I got that opportunity, basically I got an email. First my coach told me that they had reached out, Canada reached out. I'm like, Canada reached out, what the hell they want with me? And then they said, yeah, you're supposed we said we're okay with you going, da 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 da, and got the email. And that for me was like the best feeling because I'm like, man, Canada wants me. Man, I'm from Windsor, man. I don't even think they acknowledge me. So I'm like, man, they want me. I'm gonna take it. So
Yeah.
sent the email, asked me about my sizes, where I would fly from. I think that was the best feeling. The feeling of
Hmm.
like, I'm simple. The fact that they were gonna buy my plane ticket for
Hmm.
me,
Yeah.
I'm all like, damn, I gotta pay for my plane ticket. I just
Hmm.
gotta go to the airport. This is different. So that process was a good one. We had a camp in Florida. And we're there for like a week, and then we go to the get maybe a week or so, and then we go to Luxembourg, and it's just cool. It was cool seeing the people that I had played with before, when I was younger, and you know, I didn't see it being like the practices. The only thing I could say that was different for me with Canada was they would just pass the ball harder. So
Hmm.
some people just the way they were hitting the ball, I was like, man, that's a shot.
Yeah.
But that was the only difference where I was all like the speed was kind of the same. It was just the way people were hitting the ball. It was like, yo, like chill out, bro. It's a shot. So, yeah, the first game was great. Like, again, man, I'm playing against people that I seen on TV, and
Hmm.
I'm like, man, I knew I could do it. Like,
Yeah.
I knew I could do it. And to play minutes that game, I forget how much I played, but that was a good step. I enjoyed playing for Canada, and that was I was very grateful that they acknowledged me.
Hmm. And obviously, like getting into the squad, like at a young age, I think you were like about like I think 22 or something like that. You're very young. So who were like your mentors in that squad? Because there was guys like Di Rosario's, who's obviously like slightly older than you. Atiba, you guys are like same age, I would say. But who were the
Mhm.
guys like in the squad that you saw that were like established that really took you under the wing?
Yeah, didn't nobody take me under.
No
Ain't
one?
nobody take ain't no one
No.
take me under. I'm not from where they're from. That's a
Hmm.
fact. I'm not from where they're from, so I'm the outsider. Were they respectful? Hell yeah, they were respectful. But me and Kenny Stamatopoulos, we played on the same club team. We played
Hmm.
against each other. He's from Markham, and we just connected. We played on the same club. Even Patrice Bernier was there.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
played
yeah, I
with me
know.
in Tromso. So I had my people there. There was either one or the other was there. Yes, I believe that they were both one or the other was there when I was there. So for me, it was great. Like I didn't need to like no one kind of like sheltered me and be like, hey, this is the didn't no one do that. I tell people straight up, man. Hey, they cool. Everybody was cool with me. I was cool with them. Like Jamie Peters was my man. Like he was a solid dude. Simeon Jackson, he was shoot a T-Buck. They were all cool people.
Hmm.
But like I didn't really like no one really like taught me the ropes because we're all pros. So it's like you either know or you don't know.
And you're also, do you think there's an element of you're all competing for the same spot? So obviously, like someone can be your friend, but there's also an element of like, hey, this guy's coming in to take my job. Like,
Not for the national team.
not
National
for the
team, it's
national
like
team.
it's chill. Like for me and my time, it was chill. Like we were all competitive on the field, but nobody was like didn't feel like a club feeling. Like where someone is trying out for the team or like it didn't feel like that vibe. It felt like the coaches had who they wanted. They just kind of wanted to see who would. So yeah, we'd battle in practice, but it wasn't. I didn't feel the same as like my club practices where that was like death.
Mhm. And then around cap number, I think it's 4, you have a game against Argentina, right? I
Yeah.
know you didn't play a lot of minutes in this game,
Mm.
but yet still you're playing against some world legends like Di Maria,
Yes.
Pastore,
Yes.
Tevez. Wow. How was that?
That was great. Like I said, man, I felt like I was just on borrowed time. So
Hmm.
anytime that Canada called me, I'm like, well, I'm grateful.
Hmm.
No one looked at me when I was in my teenage, like when I was a teenager, I was killing everybody, destroying everybody from the
Yeah.
I was destroying everybody. But
Hmm.
I never got called for the national team till I was like 23, 24. So it was like. Um, I don't know. For me, it was I don't know.
Hmm.
I forget what'd you ask again, sir? My
No, I'm
bad.
talking about the Argentina game. The
Oh, the
Argentina
Argentina,
game.
yeah. So like the workup, man. Sometimes I'd be drifting. But no, the Argentina that was really good. Like I said, I never expected to be there. Just being there and that environment, that stadium. It's the stadiums. Like when you see that environment, it's one thing to be in the stands. When you're on the field, the feeling is just it's like yeah. I see Maradona as a coach. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
my gosh. What
yeah.
am I doing? I see Messi over there running around. I see Tevez with a big ass head. And I'm like, man, I see Aguero. I'm like, look how small. My first thing was, look how small they are. They look like small. And I'm like, I thought it was different. Like, I thought like, you see them on TV and they look bigger than life.
Yeah, yeah,
And they weren't that big. Like, Di Maria
yeah.
was skinny. And I'm like,
Hmm.
bro, this guy's skinny.
This is what
He
they
can't
call him,
take
El Fideo. It's like a noodle. He's like the
yeah.
little noodle that goes around the field.
Brother, you couldn't touch the ball from him. They, they,
Hmm.
they couldn't get the ball from him. So, no, that experience was great. Like, whether we lost 4-0 or 3-0, and I got a minute or two, that experience kind of like changed how I looked at soccer. And, you know, I was very grateful for that. It was a great, great, great place to be around. Like, that
Hmm.
environment it was really nice.
And after the game, did you get like any chance to like talk with anyone like a Maradona or Messi or like even just shake hands with them or anything?
No, I got a jersey, but you shook hands with everybody, but it was
Hmm.
like, I was It was like, I didn't. Let me tell you something. My Canada jersey, I didn't give it away.
Never. Yeah.
Mm-mm,
Mm-mm.
mm-mm. I took a jersey. I couldn't give one. Well, they didn't give us too many anyways.
Hmm.
You know what
But
I
what
mean?
was the mindset of that? Was that like a thing where you weren't allowed to, or you were just like, mm-mm, I'm not giving it away?
No, I felt like they're not that good. Like I felt
Hmm.
like, man, this is me, man. I ain't giving this up, man. I feel like I just felt like no, I ain't giving it up. I just
Nah, I
they're
like that. I
used
like
to
that.
they're used to it, but me, I'm like, no, like. I feel like I don't know. I know that's the delusion of being a soccer player. You
Hmm.
always think you can win everything. In reality of it, when you look back, we ain't never gonna beat that team at that moment. So it is what it is.
But whose jersey was it that you ended up getting?
Veron's,
Veron. Oh, it's a
but there
good
was no
jersey.
name on it, so it's like, man, no one's gonna believe. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man, ain't no one gonna believe me back home, anyways.
Yeah, no, but like now with the internet, you could almost like you can know, like you can
Yeah.
kind of see like, oh, this game, that Veron, yeah. And but again, I want to dive into that mindset. I love that of like I'm not like they're not even that good. Like I kind of have that too when I'm playing, when
Yeah.
I'm going up against a team and they're telling us like, oh, you guys are odds on to lose. Like, man, no, no,
No,
like
hell
we
no.
no.
Hell no. You breathe the same as me. Hey, you
Mhm,
breathe the same air as me. I
mhm,
don't believe that anybody on like that's why I think got me around that bay. I just don't believe you're better. And if you're the best player on the team, I will make you look average. I'm coming straight for you. There's no question I'm gonna come for you. I'm not gonna shy away from you. And I think that mentality got me where I was, where I was like, man, I ain't backing out from nobody. My brothers, hey, they beat me up and they told me stand on business. Don't
mhm,
let no one push you around. Don't let no one think they're better than you. Earn their respect. Earn it. If they don't know nothing about you, work harder. Don't complain. Like it took a while for me to like open my mouth to a ref, but the players, when I'm on that field, I'm talking that talk. I'm
mhm, yeah.
speaking, I'm letting you know where I stand, and other people would say like, Steven, A start. No, I'm in their head. You can't get in my head. This inside here is solid. So I'd be talking to people, getting them off their game, and people would actually think like growing up, they'd be like, "Oh, Steven, hey, relax, relax." No, I'm in his head. Look how he's playing.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
time he
yeah.
gets the ball, look, he's panicking, and he when he
Mhm,
makes a mistake, I'm like, "Yeah, you're." So I mean, yeah, that mentality is like really good to never like no one's greater than someone. It's what you put in it and how much passion you have in it, and that's what I tell all the kids.
mhm. And I know your career was very long, but do you have like any incidents that you remember that someone like tried getting in your head and either you gave him something back or like you went ahead and just scored and then you were just the man?
Well, man, there's a lot of incidents growing up as a pro, as an amateur. There was so many. There's so many. There's so
Hmm.
many. We played a team uh, called Rosenberg. Oh, at the start of the game, they're like, "You're from Canada, man." Like they
Hmm.
were talking sh stuff on the field. I'm like, "What?" Well, you don't
Yeah.
even know me. So anyways, they're like, "Oh, you're garbage. Go back to your egg glue." Da 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 da. Boom, 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 boom. Go around them. You're garbage. You play for this team. You're
Wow.
garbage. So there was a lot of stuff going on the field that was like
Hmm.
insane. But like, man, I love to talk that talk, and I don't think anybody was faster than me. I just don't think if I, because when I was running for my life.
Hmm.
They were just running for the ball. I'm running because it's my life. Like if I don't get that ball, people don't notice me. And that's how I was moving. Every time I was playing, that's how I was moving. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, before the podcast, like obviously you're like much older than I am. So I didn't really get the chance to see you play like live, but I
Yes.
went online and I found some clips. And then there was this one goal that I just really loved. I think it was NCAA. So you took a touch, you took it from like your own half, you pushed it past the
Yes,
defender,
sir.
and then he took you out and
Yes.
you got back up, you kept going, and you still scored.
That was
I
it.
love that goal.
My brain, I'm trying to tell people, it's dangerous in here. What was going on in my brain was, man, I ain't letting no one get that. When
Hmm.
he fouled me, I could have did what you see most people do.
Yeah, yeah.
Could have rolled around and grabbed my ankle and he got a red, but why would I do that?
Hmm.
I'm a bot. This is war. Not in the sense it's just like a figure of speech,
Hmm.
but like when I went out there, it was war for me. I
Hmm.
don't know how to lose. I don't want to lose. When I lose, it hurts me. So when someone fouled me like that, I'm not going to lay on the ground. I'm not a I wasn't raised like that to just be on the
Yeah.
ground unless you kicked me hard and I can't get up. My
Hmm.
daddy taught me that get up. As a
Hmm.
kid, get up. That should be if you fall, get up. So if I didn't get up, like that was a big one too, because they played that real everywhere. And like even now, it was like even my guy, if you see it in the thing, my player wanted the ball.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He wanted to take it from me.
Yeah, I saw that.
Move. If you see my move.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you ain't gonna get that. No, I need that. No, I need that. And like people used to say, all I am is fast. All you are is fast. No, I got technique.
Hmm.
You got to be able to like to run as fast as we're running and be able to like slow down that last minute and put the ball where we want while someone's trying to put. That's not an easy skill at
Right.
all.
It takes
So
a lot of composure.
a lot and like one push can knock you off balance and it mess. So after I scored that, I did the running man because everybody's like, all you do is run. All you growing up, all they said was, all you are is fast. So every time I did the running man celebrations, because everybody always told me, all you are is fast. You're not
Hmm.
good. So that was the running man. That was my,
It's like when you're playing, there's always guys that are gonna try to like to make themselves feel better about their own ability, they're gonna try to limit you. Like by
yeah.
example, me, I'm left-footed,
Oh,
and when I
yes.
play, people are like, "Oh, he only goes left. He only goes
Yes.
left." And then I score with my left. I'm like, "I went left. What did you do?"
That's a good one, though. That's good. I'm one of those people that say he's only left, left, left. Again, I know he wants to go left. If
Hmm.
I force you to the right, I'm winning. But if I
Hmm.
let you get to the left, you're gonna punish me. It's
Hmm.
just I but it's hard because the way people play defense, naturally they give you left. It's just the way
Uh-huh.
we stand. My
Hmm.
good foot is back. So he naturally will force you to the left. We can say left, left, but if a player like you gets an inch, we ain't
I'm
gonna
going
stop you.
left. I'm going
We,
left.
we still can't stop you. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's too funny.
And how did the transition come about with you like becoming a coach? Like what did you always want to become a coach? Or was it like towards the end that you were like, I just want to stay in the game. I gotta become a coach.
No, so being a pro, part of the process was on most teams, I did some kind of coaching, a youth
Hmm.
team. So did I like it? No, I didn't really like it. I just wanted to play. I just wanted to be a pro. So that was something that I didn't know coming in.
Hmm.
But yeah, I didn't really like it too much then. Um, got back to Windsor, was going to Europe here and there, and like every place that I went to, I did realize I wrote like if we went to Argentina and we seen some teams doing a warm up when we were walking somewhere, we went to Switzerland and we seen a youth team training while we were walking. I'd kind of like, you know what I mean, like write it down and in the end I had a big book of hotel papers of training exercises. So I just decided that like I don't even know what it really was, but it was like, man, let me see if I can coach. Like, let me see if I
Hmm.
can make someone that's better than me. And that's how it started. And then I just got obsessed with it. Like, I'm not playing soccer anymore. I do, but it's like, I gotta find a new outlet, and what better to do than to help players develop, and you know, that's what I do now. So I found happiness in it and a challenge. It's I needed something in the game to keep my brain always moving.
And
Right.
obviously, like it's a big thing coaching a team from your own region. It's like these
Yeah.
kids are they're like I know you see yourselves in some of them. Like
Yes, of
like how does
course.
that feel coaching kids from your own region?
It feels good, man. You know, I could have coached in Michigan, could have coached in Toronto. Well, man, I ride for my city. Like I said, man, man, I'm a one-man army, and I went all across Europe, and I put Windsor on the map. You know, just to be able to talk to people from Toronto, I talked to someone from Sweden, Norway, Belgium, Switzerland. It's like, oh, now y'all know who we are, and that's what I want these kids to see. That like, you know, it's just because you're from a small city don't mean that you can't make it. And if I can have a hand in it, and people can see me coaching you, and they use me as a former pro to get you where you want to, or help you where you want to go. I
Hmm.
like the whole, and I like starting all over. So I coach a team and I take them all the way till they're 18 or whatever. I got to start all over.
Hmm.
That was being a pro. You go from one team to the other sometimes. So
And also, I mentioned at the start that you're an author. So you wrote a book called The Best Kept Secret.
yes,
Without
sir.
like spoiling too much of the book, but what was the reason why you called it that, The Best Kept Secret? And what's like a key lesson you want people to pull out from that book?
The best kept secret, the name is because I always felt growing up, man, I was a secret. I still feel as though I was the best. So I
Hmm.
felt like my whole career, everybody like just kind of overlooked me. And I was right there, you know what I mean? Like when I went to Canada, you called me late.
Hmm.
Brother, I was always here. You just didn't notice me.
Hmm.
So that's why I say the best kept secret. Um, what I want people to get from the book is it's for many people. So it's for the fans out there that like wanted to know what my life was like and my journey was like. And I also wanted it for student athletes that were thinking like, hey, everybody's got this misconception that anybody can get a scholarship. No, it ain't like that. You know, it take a lot of work. You gotta be a special one. And I also wanted to make it for like those kids that are struggling academically. And I wanted to also let people know the ins and outs of being a pro and the process of it, and what it takes to be a pro and what it takes to be a university athlete. So it was more of like a self-help book, and my journey. It's not like the other autobiographies out there that like I read D Rose and it was unbelievable. I read a T Buzz, it was unbelievable. But everybody's got their own path and their story, and I just think mine was more unique than everybody's that I read, just because um, uh, I went to university in America, but I went to a D1 school, a D2 school, so I can tell you about both worlds. And
Hmm.
you know, I come from a small city, and I
Hmm.
had big dreams. And you know, being the best kept secret, it's like people don't really see you, people don't really hear you, and yeah, so that's why I did the book, and you know,
Yeah.
hopefully
We'll leave the description in the bio for anyone that wants to get a copy of the book. And I
yeah,
know you do a few like book signings, so yeah, that's
yes,
great.
sir.
And now on my channel, there's a going like segment where the last guest leaves a question for the next guest without knowing who they are. So the question that's been left for you is, why do you think Canada soccer is behind on the youth national level, and how do you think it can improve?
Who said that?
Who said that? Do you know Ronaldo Marshall? League
No,
One? Oh, but League One for Woodbridge. Ronaldo Marshall. He
man.
dropped that.
So the question was, what was that again?
Why do you think Canada soccer is behind on the youth national level? And how do you think it can improve?
I
It's a
don't know
big
if they're
question.
behind. I don't know if they're behind or not. I don't know the ins and outs of what they do. Hey, make me a coach and you're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
Give me that position, I'll show you what's up. I can tell you the ins and outs, but I don't know what they do in practice. I wouldn't say that like I watched it. You talking about the U17, you said, man, I mean just rep it's tough because people don't understand. That's why I'm trying, people don't understand to be that kind of coach is different. We got to
Hmm.
give that man props because that coach, whoever coaches the youth teams, they have to usually take players from other clubs. So that means they have a different DNA of soccer in them, a different
Hmm.
way of thinking, different way of moving, different way of reading the game. Now the coach has to take all these players from TFC, Vancouver, Miami, put them all together in a week or two, every other week. The clubs have the players more than the coach does.
Yeah.
So the coach is only like a man, a team. So it's is it the development of the players is the issues
No,
where the clubs are at?
I think the issue, what he means is more like the talent identification. By example, I'll take like
Oh,
you as an example. You see, like you were discovered late. It's like a talent like that. Why would it take until he's 22, 23 for him to be discovered when there's other players, by example, that have been going to, I don't know, provincial programs or national team since they're 14 or something, and yet still when they get to the pro level, they never make it.
that's deep, man. That's we got like 3 minutes left.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to do it. You have to redo this again
Okay.
because it's too long. It's that's a complicated question. That's
Yeah.
like that's part of the process because it's like who identifies them? Who is the one that's identifying these players and who says that they have enough experience as a player, as a scout? Who's scouting these people? Where are they scouting them from? Who's giving them the information to scout? Are they doing the research by themselves, or do they have a team of people working for them and he's looking for it? So I think it's deep, and it's that's deep. Like
Hmm.
it comes to the scouts, but who are the scouts?
Hmm.
Who's leading the scouts?
Yeah.
What are they looking for? What is our identity as a team? What do we? So it's for me, it would have to be five scouts, one leading scout, one leader, five ones that go around and they report to them, then they report to the manager, and then the manager says, "Okay, okay, this is what I'm looking for. Do this." Is that the process?
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to
That's the
get
thing.
someone.
We're not actually like in the system to know exactly how
Yes,
they recruit players.
and I think it's people pick who they know. Like
Hmm.
I know some kids from Windsor that are dogs.
Hmm.
But you're not looking here.
Yeah,
You're
that's
not
the
looking
thing.
at yeah, it's all the big cities. I don't see no one from London, no Chatham, no like you know what I'm saying? I don't see like no small but that's what scouting is. Is so
Hmm.
I think it comes down to who is being selected and why are they being selected. So that's a deep question, brother. That's a deep because a simple-minded person would say, "Oh, they need to find a new coach. The players need to get better." No, if the players are being bad, guess what? Blame the club.
Hmm.
Blame the clubs because the clubs are the ones that have them every day, and they should make sure that they're in tune and they should know how to play football. But does that happen?
Yeah, no, there's questions that have to be asked, but your answer is great.
Yeah,
I just want to thank you for coming on, Steven, sharing your story. Appreciated that. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast.
brother, my pleasure. Always my pleasure, man.
Thank you.